Well, it's finally good to be back behind the mic again. It's good to see, well, it's good to interact with you too. It's good to have you see me and hear me again. Welcome back. And boy, oh boy, whew, it has been quite a week. Just trying to get back into the swing of things has been a lot harder than I thought, but I think this is the perfect way to do it. I absolutely love working on brand new projects with you, trying brand new things, and that's exactly what we're going to do on this stream today. So welcome, welcome. Let me get all of my little bells and whistles set up here. I don't tend to have them ready right then and there, but I know that here we are. Perfecto. Perfecto. Know that we'll get them done really soon. So let's go here. That way I can see the chat. If you've typed something in chat already and you're waiting for a response, fret not, it will be seen. But what you're seeing on the screen right now, by the way, is exactly what we are going to do for this stream. So we're going to be using this site called playphrase.me, and what this site does is it allows you to search for a quote, for a word, and it looks for sources that show those that have these quotes in them. So this is right here, by the way, the homepage. I haven't searched for anything yet, and what we're going to do is work on a brand new YouTube poop. That's what I've got this window loaded for right here, and we're going to make ourselves something interesting, or at least start something interesting. Now, of course, before that, I want to make sure you have an update on the Jonathan Lonathan YouTube poop. It is nearly done. I wanted to get it done obviously before month's end, but hey, it is what it is sometimes. I cannot wait for you to see it though, because what we've done is I've taken all of the little bits and pieces that we've made together and we've assembled them, we've ordered them, we've made them into something, and not just a random string of random YouTube poop sources or random YouTube poop jokes. We're going to have order. In fact, a lot of the jokes that you had contributed with, they're also going to be there. I'm excited for you to see it. Energy just needs to get a little bit livened up. Whew. Like I said, it's been quite a week. Simple sip of Celsius is done. So let's get right to it. And in addition to that, we're also going to I'm also going to show you exactly how something like this can be used to make a YouTube poop. So first things first, like I said, you can search any phrase at all, and if it can find a clip with that phrase, it will show you. So typically, they'll come from a movies. Oh, my left ear loves your commentary. I think you're on mono. Oh, goodness gracious. Let me fix that up. Thank you. I don't think I was on mono last week, so I think I know what has gone on. Let's see. Studio mode. Settings. And, Mr. Springfield, thank you so much for joining. Let's see what we can fix here. Audio. That's right. Yeah, worst case scenario, I'll just switch it back to this. But that's weird. OBS. Don't want to. How is your left ear, by the way? I hope it's doing good. All right. Here we go. Main settings page. And then navigate to main settings, bottom right. Audio, here we go. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap. I think what I'm just going to do is just going to stick with this. I don't remember if that was something, if this mono matter, so to say, was something that had been a thing. You can still hear me, I hope. Can you hear me? If so, then fantastic. Yeah, longtime fan watching from the clouds. Well, the green guy, thank you so much for joining from the clouds. Are we talking Cloud City, Star Wars? Are we talking Mile High Denver? Are we talking Mexico City, one of the highest points on Earth? Either way, welcome in. So yeah, and like I said, if you can hear me just fine, just holler, thumbs up. If you can't, let me know. Well, if you can't, I guess you're going to let me know. But either way, this is like a little preview scene, and what it has is the words, "I'll see you next week." So what it will do is it will actually play...
Come on, I'll see you next week, all right?
I'll see you next week.
All right, Herb, I'll see you next week.
It'll play... Yes, there we go. Stereo now. That's better. Yeah, as you can see, it plays so many different instances of this one quote, wherever you can find it in media, wherever it can look for it. Now, it doesn't just have to be a quote. It can also be a word. So, for example, if you wanted to type the word, like...
You don't understand the humiliation of it. To be tricked out of the single assumption that makes our...
Yeah. So the cool part is that we can search for sources. And this is going to be this is not going to be a very focused YouTube poop, obviously, because I'm looking for sources that are based on lines or words. But then again, some really good YouTube poops have been made from those sources. I mean, one thing that I always, think back on is 2010's cock jokes, which made chicken jokes. So just by looking, can hear you with both ears now. Yeah, you may not remember me as the guy who instantly recognized the Dwayne reference. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, of course I remember that. The Dwayne reference in the Cloudy video. I mean, first things first, I'm so glad that you were able to recognize that music. To be completely honest, it was... to be completely honest, I thought it was just going to go over everyone's heads, or people weren't going to notice, or they were just going to like cloud dancing, but no. So, but yeah, don't think I don't remember you, Mr. Springfield. Thank you so much, Malwarebytes. So, thank you, Malwarebytes. So, looking at this, I mean, you've got a whole bunch of places that you can go, and you can go to download video to download said video, by the way. Now, if it's on YouTube and you feel more comfortable, going to YouTube, you can do that. In fact, while we wait for this to load up, there are a ton of videos already on the playphrase.me YouTube channel. And by the way, they also, if memory serves, they have a Patreon where you can support them. It'd be wonderful if they can continue to do this. I'm sure this ain't a free service to keep up or manage, but either way. So back to playphrase.me. What we need really is just a word, and that's what we're going to go with. A word. You can use a phrase. In fact, if you've ever seen an improv show or something along the lines of the Upright Citizens Brigade. If you've ever gone to New York or LA and seen a show there, typically what they'll do is they'll do a long form improv, and it all starts with just one word that derives inspiration from a monologue, and then from there it's just from there it's just a matter of devising whatever story or ridiculous scenario you want. Mini Color Journal, welcome. Hey Cap, chat's on for me now. Fantastic. I'm glad because I know you're a little bit of a regular. I was wondering, I wonder how long it's going to be before the Mini Color Journal hops on. It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. So let's think of a random phrase. In fact, one thing I can do is just take one of the random words that you typed in chat. So stereo. for one. And it will tell you from what movie everything comes from, and it will give you a little bit of a result here. So the stereo, a stereo. It's hardly ever going to be the word stereo by itself, but you can choose, because if you wanted to make it a little bit more of a phrase, I'm going to kick your ass, I'll kick your ass to kick your ass. See? Just like that. So, actually, let's do that. Let's do kick your ass. Let's see. Kick your ass. Let's see what plays. And you can...
I don't want to kick your ass here in front of everybody.
Give me another reason.
Yep. See.
Kick your ass.
I'm ready to kick your ass out of the world, war hero.
It'd be wrong for me not to kick your ass before we left. A goodbye gift.
Remind me to kick your ass later.
Oh, I remember that one. Yep. Become Play Me sponsor. Absolutely. You can't view more than 5 phrases per search. That's all right. So,
You better be careful, because if I get hurt, I'm gonna kick your fuck.
so let's go to kick your ass, and let's see. Oh, kick your butt is also a good choice.
Kick your butt.
They're gonna kick your butt anyway.
You're gonna make me come, or I'm gonna kick your...
Oh my god. Oh, good golly gosh. Even has the time code from when it appears. Jeez. Takes you right to IMDb and everything. So, if we were to download this video, goes straight to downloads. Now, here is the thing. You can download it using this site, and if you go to the download section, then when we play it,
You're gonna make me come, or I'm gonna kick your butt.
it plays everything right from the start of the line to the end of the line. So, little things like that. Now, if, like I said, we want to, and by the way, I'm going to need to move these to an actual download folder pretty soon, because I keep all of the clips that I download, I keep them all in a separate hard drive for that very reason, to make sure that there's enough space on the computer for everything else. So if we want to do something like that, let's see, kick your butt. Yeah, exactly. Like a clip like this, I mean, first things first, I think Orgasmo was done by the creators of South Park, so it doesn't really surprise me. So let's see here. Import. And let's go to this PC. And let's go to downloads. So, yeah, I'm just going to do a cut. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put everything that we download into my backup. New folder. Let's just do play phrase. And done. Perfecto. Nice. Now this is MP4 format, so it should be usable on almost every video editor. Do I want to set the... Yes, yes I do. And the quality is usually pretty good. I'm rebranding now as Fartsmoan. Oh, well now. Am I saying that right, Fartsmoan? Well, anyways, thank you so much for joining the stream, and I'm curious what the context behind that is. All right, so
You're gonna make me come, or I'm gonna kick your butt.
my gosh. This was like a rated NC-17 movie, if memory serves. I haven't seen it personally, but I know that it's like a little bit of a cult favorite. Like this superhero movie, but Personally, I've always been privy to the Team America movie. So let's go here, and the first thing that I think is the SpongeBob kick my butt line. And I'm not too worried about the copyrighted material thing that I tend to be a little finicky about, largely because the clips that we're showing, the clips that we're going to be using, I mean, it's not going to be huge amounts. So if I get a flag, it's not going to be a flag for having the entire movie uploaded or something like that. But I always think about kick my butt. And then, of course, there's Uncle Phil, or no, not Uncle Phil, the Fresh Prince episode where Uncle Phil is running for I think it was the judge position, and this is actually from the Fresh Prince of Blair. Will actually says, Uncle Phil, you gotta kick that man's butt. And that's gonna also be a viable clip if we can find it. Please, chat, come back. Well, chat's already there, Fartsmon.
Out of my way! Can't you see he's gonna kick my butt?
There we go. That's good enough quality. I mean, don't need widescreen for something like this because widescreen is... I mean, this episode came out before the advent of it. There we go. I'm just going to pull up my 4K video downloader. I'm not going to use playphrase.me for everything, but I think it is a very viable tool to get things started with. And here we go. All of the sources I've downloaded still there. And I'm going to put this one. Oh, but no one is talking now. No, don't worry. They will. Let me tell you something about women. Something about women, yes. Alright, let's see. If we're going to put this into a folder, we're going to put it into playphrase.me. And again, we're going to try and grab some good sources, maybe even some that are maybe related to butts. So, butts. Oh no, chat's not dead. Alright. And then Fresh Prince kick that man's butt. Let's see if it's a clip that can be found. Yes. Oh, but this comes straight from the YouTube poop itself. I've seen this before. What's my least favorite video game? Least favorite video game. I'm going to give you two. One of them is a sports game. It is Major League Baseball 2K9. It is a terrible sports game. But if we're talking about non-sports games, then I would say Tony Hawk Ride. It was a game that came out in 2008, 2009, and it was meant to be the next generation of Tony Hawk's skateboarding games, but because this was the era of motion controls, they packaged it with a skateboard peripheral. So you did the tricks by doing them on the skateboard. I don't know shit about skateboarding. I don't know how to do an ollie. I can't tell you how to grind. So everything not only was sucked to learn, but it was also not very responsive. You were taught how to turn the skateboard. It would not turn the way you wanted it. And you couldn't even turn it in the direction that you, like at the angle that you wanted most of the time. So Tony Hawk Ride, that would be my next worst alongside. Yoshi Touch and Go, haven't really heard of, but I honestly am a little surprised that, I'm honestly a little surprised that a DS game, I think it was a DS game, would be considered that. Alright, let's see. Everyone in the chat who wants I'm a person to come back, me. Me. Definitely me. Alright, should I use the video that comes straight from the YouTube poop? I mean,
Uncle Phil, you got to kick that man's butt! Oh, he like...
Yeah, oh man. You know what, I'll just download it just in case, because, I mean, I've used YouTube poops before. Whoops. I've used other YouTube poops before in my own YouTube poops. It's, sometimes it's for sound effects, sometimes it's to reference other YouTube poops. Like, for example, the Ice Age YouTube poop. Obviously, I had to pull the caveman. So, little things like that. And I've also pulled some clips, I'm not ashamed to say. A lot of times they've just been for reasons of convenience. This is another one of those instances where I'm not gonna fret with it. What's so abysmal about MLB 2K9? So for starters, the controls, you can't pitch like it's baseball, so you can't pitch properly. You also, it is extremely, extremely hard to hit the ball, so much so that the computer opponents can't hit the ball either. And you can only play one season. One season, you can't go anywhere beyond that. A long time ago, I actually made a video on an alt channel about that game, and I was trying to be angry about it like AVGN, an angry video game nerd. And I just couldn't do it because I was sick for one, so I had a nasally sound in my voice. But plus, I was also just not able to drum up a ton of anger for this game as much as I could if I were just typing something out. Uncle Ben gets his butt kicked. Let's see. I wonder if, let's see. Awesome Ben gets asked. Nah. All right. But we've got some good starts. Let's add more to the palette because whenever, improvisers are looking to improvise, sometimes they'll go for more stuff. More stuff. Oh, it's a sentence mix. You think that's bad? Extra innings. The Sony baseball game for the SNES was a nightmare. The AI will always catch the ball with aim boy accuracy, and you can't steal bases or else... Oh, jeez. That sounds like a nightmare. But Sony's supposed to be good at these kinds of games. Baseball games, they were the reason that, MLB 2K9, which was made by 2K Sports, they don't make any more baseball games because Sony's baseball games were so good that nobody wanted to play the other games on the market. And that's just, it's maybe a little bit of a good thing, a little bit of a bad thing. There's no other baseball game that beats MLB The Show, but no one's really trying. And that's because the company that tried half-assed it. But I'm a little surprised that, this is pre-PlayStation, so I guess it makes a little bit of sense. Can you do a moral oral YouTube poop someday? I've given it some thought. The thing is, I came close to using that in a YouTube poop because when I was looking for sources to make the YouTube poop, the King buys NFTs. That video was a Secret Santa video, which meant that another person, it was part of like a grab bag, and they had sources that they preferred that I used. Now, amongst the sources you actually saw in the King buys NFTs, you saw My Little Pony, you saw Eric Andre, you saw the Monkees, you saw Strong Bad. Moral Oral was one of those sources, but I could not think of a way to implement it. I wanted to keep to the whole monkey theme, but I couldn't find an episode that I thought would work really well. Admittedly, I'm not too familiar with the show, but I have seen it used a lot in YouTube poops, especially by Avoja, if not. Very early 2010s. And the manic behavior, like the claymation, the vulgarity, it's a pretty funny show. And it makes for a great YouTube poop source because it, oddly enough, it has those great jittery movements that you usually expect from claymation, but because it's an adult project, then an Adult Swim project, if memory serves, you're going to have a greater audience with people who probably have, also watched YouTube poops. All right. Yeah, because Uncle Ben dies a lot. Yes. Aimbot. Oh, Aimboy also works. Yoshi Touch and Go is my least favorite game because it has nothing to offer. There are 4 Yoshi minigames with no online and nothing else. That sounds an awful lot like Crash Boom Bang, which is a spin-off, I guess, on the Mario Party series, but with Crash Bandicoot. But I think that was exclusively for DS, and it also was terrible. I watch a lot of Cat Icarus, and that's the one he will always point to as a terrible, terrible, terrible Crash game. Oh, and it was full price. Well, Nintendo product. You gotta anticipate that. I mean, I even think that even some of their flops, like Wii Music, were $59, $49. Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run for SNES was made by Rare, and yes, the music is amazing, better than the game deserves. And the first Madden game starts with a jump scare. Could be funny to use. You know, John Madden in general is a really good YouTube poop source, for lack of a better word, because the John Madden games for the Super Nintendo, for the Sega Genesis, just were great in-jokes with the community. And in addition, you also had them used by people like Super Yoshi, and May Aids used a lot of John Madden jokes. So I've actually seen that. Ken Griffey Jr.'s, the Ken Griffey Jr. game, that's interesting. I didn't know that Rare made a baseball game. I have heard of Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run, but I didn't know that that was made by Rare. That's pretty cool. I know that Rare was, top tier when it came to them being one of Nintendo's best studios. So no surprise there. Excuse me. All right. So let us see here. You've got Kick Your Butt. And
I'll kick your butt.
They're gonna kick your butt anyway.
oh, whoops.
You're gonna make
All right, let's see. Let me go back to that first one. Start from scratch here. Baseball game-wise, my favorite's always been, I've played the show and I love it. I've played some other games that are pretty good, but I'll always hold a candle to All-Star Baseball. That franchise was great because they actually let you build an expansion team. So you can have a baseball team in Oregon, New Jersey, Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Mexico. They let you put a team there, build a stadium from one of the pre-planned stadium designs that were, promoted in the past. It was amazing. I loved the control. I loved the commentating. That's a thing that baseball games in general don't do really good jobs on, commentating, because it has to sound natural sometimes in order to keep with the realism. They used two very famous, albeit controversial nowadays, Steve Lyons and Tom Brenneman, who were handling the Fox broadcast for baseball back then. And it sounded great. Played great. Frame rate was 60 frames per second. That was almost unheard of. PlayStation 2, GameCube era. Came for YouTube who got some media history. Yeah, I'm a fountain. I'm a fountain of anything. If it's on my mind, then I'll get some. I'll get it off. By the way, Valor, welcome. Welcome. So let's go to the old Kick Your Butt listing.
I'll kick your butt.
Let's download that one. And I think that, the butt-kicking jokes are going to be really interesting to try and maneuver around. I mean, the thing is that most of these clips, they're going to be centered around just that one line. So tying them in together is going to be really an interesting challenge, because with cock jokes, I feel like everything flowed to the next source naturally while keeping the theme. And a lot of these sources are a little bit I guess they're a little bit fresh to me. Realism is cool and all, but I miss the over-the-top arcade games. Yeah, like NBA on NBC, nothing is funnier than jumping 40 feet on the air, setting the net on fire with a dunk. He's on fire. Yeah, the game that I think about, when I think about that kind of cartooniness was NBA Jam. I think that's the game that inspired Boom Shakalaka, or was it already a thing? I have no idea. But it's been, it was remade several times, and the original is still going to be the iconic one. But I love the way those games look too. All right. Hey Cap, glad to see you pooping again. Have you ever heard of a YouTube poop artist called Very Tall Bart? Their work is very political, but it never seems to miss. Very Tall Bart is an exceptional YouTube poop creator. He's wonderful. And not only that, but he is also very good to learn from. He's actually put out a few videos on humor, on how they make YouTube poop. So, yeah, I've heard of them, and I'm actually extremely impressed that they were able to make consistently funny videos time and time again. Are still making consistently funny videos time and time again. And the cool part is that despite the subject, despite the source material rather, it's almost perfectly apolitical. It's just nonsense. And that's the thing I love about it. I was a fan of him way back when he was posting most of his stuff on Twitter, because if you follow him, like if you look at his Twitter, you'll see some videos that he had released, little snippets of Peterson, and they were phenomenal. I actually think that Jordan Peterson is the best source for him because, my gosh, he finds things and they're a gold mine. I have no idea how he does it, but he's a wonderful person to watch. Very funny. Hey, how's it going, Luna? How is it going? What movie is this, Farts Moment? Oh, yeah, it's... So let's see. This movie was Until Forever. And just to make sure that everyone else is up to speed for this stream, we are doing... we're going to be using playphrase.me. And what this site lets you do is download clips from film, from TV, that match what you search. Now, there are some limits. If you are not like a gold member, you only get so many when you search, but still, it's a wonderful source if you want to make a themed YouTube poop, which I think we're going to be doing today. Let's just narrow it down to butt as well. Actually, oh my gosh, yeah, everywhere, all at once. I remember this scene. Spoiler alert? No, not really a spoiler.
Oh my god, he's trying to stick it in his butt.
Then I think you should get your butt back here.
You know, one time, I
Hang
tried
on.
to kick old Nick in the butt.
Yeah. This is a wonderful clip. Maybe the title could be Until Never. Maybe. Stop tilting the video. Talking about... On that topic, what is your favorite political YouTube poop? Favorite political YouTube poop? Man. I'm going to say Donald Trump Makes America Again by Crobo/Dykeike, because that was, back in 2015, 2016-ish. I mean, seeing, again, we have the benefit of hindsight to know how terrible he was going to be, but when he was running for president, Trump was almost rarely ever taken seriously, and that meant that a lot of his stuff in the debates was prime material, and I think that is the best one to date. I think, actually, I haven't seen very many Donald Trump YouTube poops, but Donald Trump Makes America Again, fantastic, and it's one of my favorite Crobo videos. There we go. Paste it. Yes. Nice. Yeah, I was wondering, when you say tilting, do you mean the video is tilted, or is it something else? Is it just my video, or whatever? Whatever it is, if it's fixable, I'll fix it. So let's pull. Oh my God. The cool part about this is that this is also a great way to search for clips that otherwise you might have a hard time finding. Like if you know for a fact that there's a clip from a movie that you want to pull, but you don't want to download the entire movie. You don't have a way of getting the movie or getting access to the movie, let alone its clips. This is a great way to do it. So we got pain in the butt, get your butt. So we're just gonna put a pause on this and see what we can find. So we've got the SpongeBob clip with the butt. We've got Ike's butt. I think we should include asses. Oh man, that would be fantastic. So let's see. I think that, it's funny, we were talking about him on the last stream, Kageto-kun. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we make a follow-up to Gutsman's ass. This was this video was a huge source of great reference jokes back in 2007. Now, I don't think that we can really replace it, but it's going to be interesting to try and follow up something like this. So for that, we need the original Gutsman's ass video. And that is, let's see. I think that actually Kageto-kun is probably going to be the best source for it. Now, this is an edited video still, but... And by the way, this is from the original Mega Man cartoon.
Aren't they cute? What's with Rush? He must have a screw loose.
Alright. Maybe there's a better quality version of this too. If there is, that's fantastic. So let's see. I'll just download it nonetheless. Yeah. Oh my gosh, 240p. Is this like... Man, I think that was what YouTube could take back then. And for context, I think this was 2016, 2006, 2007. Alright, let's see. I just gotta remember what the episode was. Let's see. Mega Man... Oh wait, no, I want Google for this because I almost never get proper results from Bing. There we go. It's funny how Bing... there's some really good vids for awesomes. Yeah, I know. I am really curious to see what is going to happen to these vids. Mega Man episode with Gutsman's ass. I wonder if there's going to be... Let's see. Right. Maybe integrate that awful scene where the boss babies... Oh my god, yeah. Oh gosh. Where the boss baby's butt is slapped and he farts. Oh my gosh. Hang on. I'm just checking this tweet out to see if it's Mega Man Fully Charged Episode 8. Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Hang on one second. There we go. So, I want to forget everything about Boss Baby. Boss Baby slap. Here we go. And when all else fails, know your meme. Okay. Alright, so Mega Man episode 225, Bad Day at Peril Park. So I'm going to have to, let's see if there's a better quality rip of that so that we can get less pixelation in that intro. Bad Day at Pixel Park. I'm a stickler for trying to find the best quality versions of sources that I can find, and it makes a difference to me, it makes a difference for a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate Boss Baby like I know I should. So I see I see why Boss Baby was done, I mean, how can you turn down a project so goofy that it's guaranteed to get attention? In all honesty, I do see a movie like Boss Baby working out where the kid is maybe not hallucinating, but his imagination is so rampant that he thinks that the baby is out to get him. And the thing about Boss Baby is that there are scenes, some pretty interesting scenes, where you don't know whether he's actually imagining it or if he is Parallel Park. Whoops. Or if it's actually happening. There's that chase scene where he has his cassette tape with proof that the babies can talk, and they're chasing them, like they're chasing around the yard. The babies are trying to get the tape back, and the parents look out and they just see two kids on the little bike, the little car bike things, and kind of doesn't tell you what's what. All right, Bad Day at Parallel Park Part 1, Part 2. Man. But yeah, I feel like Boss Baby, like a lot of people probably have not seen the movie, but will joke about it, and how can you not? Okay, I think that scene is going to be in the... Yes, it is. I see it. So we're going to use the... Let's see. Actually, what's the quality of this rip? 360p is better than 240. I'll take it. All right. I will host a Sonic X YouTube Poop Collab Sunday. Yeah, do so because... Oh, we have 720. Do so because I would love to join another Sonic X collab. I think that there are so many good opportunities with that show. A Deeper Cut was one of the foremost users of that series. And in addition, a lot of old Sonic voice media, old Sonic media is... I mean, it makes references to the old voice acting. I mean, Sonic's voice actor now is different from... I think that they changed him up in Sonic Generations. If it wasn't Sonic Generations, it was a Sonic game right around there. But the old voice actor I really loved. You'll hear him in Brawl, but the Sonic X, the games, everything, like, they use him in such a way that it's almost impossible to imagine any other person except for the AOSTH version to be Sonic. Do you know the works of Ishkabibble? Yeah, Ishkabibble was... oh God. Ishkabibble's work has been scrubbed off of YouTube, but it was downright revolutionary back in the day. He was my favorite YouTube poop creator. Absolute favorite. Well, back in the day, but that was before, you know, he had left. But let's see. Actually, while I am thinking about it, my favorite video of his was The Melancholy of Zach Morris. Ishkabibble was very well known for his Saved by the Balls series, which was... Let's see. There's Ishkabibble. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, this... Okay, so this must be an alt account. I think that, if memory serves, Waldfield had actually helped... Yes, The Melancholy of Zach Morris. Oh, I spelled it with an H instead of a K. Yeah, The Melancholy of Zach Morris is my favorite YouTube poop by Ishkabibble. It's one of my favorites of all time. It uses The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya and Saved by the Bell in an extremely funny way. It was, you're right, one of the most revolutionary creators of his time. And I really feel bad that it was that he had gone. But yeah, here's an alt account. This was, I believe, made by Waldfield. Yeah, Waldfield. So, if you want all those old Ishkabibble videos, I guess they're mostly here. I know he made a lot more, but either way, you got a good chunk of them. Zach's Musical Gasm is another really good one. This was a tennis match that he played against NS2. I remember watching it. Another idea is to reference the scene in Hotel Mario deleted cutscenes where there's a poop... Oh, goodness, I remember that. A poop beanstalk coming out of a CDI butt. Actually, the CDI butt is In general, a really good idea. Let's get that CDI butt, and I can't believe I am saying that out loud. Let's see. There's also the scene where in Mama Luigi, Luigi comes face to face with a fire sumo. Actually, I'll just show you this right now. Yeah, Super Mario World Mama Luigi. Now, this might be a lower quality version, but actually, maybe not. Let's find out how good this quality is. Because it was uploaded 11 years ago. Maybe it's the best that we're going to find. Venmo. What do I want with Venmo?
Switch now to Fire.
Super Mario. Oh, this is pretty good quality. So, the scene with Luigi and the butt comes a little earlier. So, I'll show you that in just a sec with the Philips CDI theme being remixed with farts. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, fart jokes in general. But CDI, but let me write that down while it's still in the line. I hope my mom shouldn't protest your streams with like caps chats. No, I don't think she will. Dude, Ish was my favorite too. No offense to you, of course, that's all right. If I ever start making YouTube poop, I will use Ish's style. Yeah. And yes, you can call me a dude, Fartsmone. You can do that. But yeah, Ish Kabibel's style was so good. And like the way he used stutters in all of his YouTube poops, stutter loops, and the transitions between scenes, and the way that he had frames within frames. Like when I think of frame, like when I think of frames within frames nowadays, I think about I'm a person and his almost battering of the source with all sorts of other sources. But Ish Kabibel did it in an extremely unique, revolutionary way. I've never seen it mimicked. In fact, I attempted to mimic it one time with a YouTube poop called A Countdown of Epic Proportions. And in that video, I used the British quiz show Countdown. And I thought I was doing, like, I thought I did all right with it, but you can't do a fake Ish Kabibel, just like you can't do a fake I'm a Person or a fake Deeper Cut or a fake Walrus Guy. I mean, if you're going to try and attempt it, then you gotta hone in and make it your own, that's for sure. But, I mean, even attempting to do it often leads you to create a brand new style. I think maybe Ish Kabibel may have been inspired by an entirely other pooper, like unique pooper that I'm not even thinking of. Is Mama Luigi or Gay Luigi better? I like, the voice of Mama Luigi. That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario. You can. It's almost like it's on a. It's almost like it's in a stadium microphone or something like that. Like he's announcing it. As in funnier. I'd say that's Mama Luigi to you. Also, the pose that goes with it. The pose, that finger, and then the wheeze that comes after. Mama Luigi or Papa Mario? Mama Luigi easily. Papa Luigi or Straight Luigi? I'm going to say neither. I'm going to say... So, let me see if this site is still up. There's a YouTube... Let's see. There was what's called the ChewWiki. And I think that... But there were all sorts of variations of Luigi. You had Gay Luigi, you had Mama Luigi, you had Three-Eyed Luigi, you had Three-Fingered Luigi, you even had, you had Ouija, the character from Mario is Missing, which was a huge, GIF that was used in YouTube Hoops back in 2008. So, I would say Luigi just for the memories. I used to have a download of Ish's Saved by the Balls, but my drive corrupted and it's gone. Truly media lost of the highest order. It's right here. Hold on. It's on an alt account that Waldfield had made. End of Saved by the... Oh, wait, no, actually. But if it's not here, Saved by the Balls Part 1. Saved by the Balls Part 2. End of Saved by the Balls. If this is what you're looking for... There it is. And it's just one extra I. That's it. That's how alt accounts were made back in the day. You can impersonate someone well known and have the most absurd, lame edit ever, like Emperor Lemon Vidley. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that impersonating another YouTube poop or attempting their style often leads you to make your own style, and it's kind of ironic how that works sometimes. But that's like almost no one is going to be, I guess, an original. Like almost nobody is going to be a like 100% trailblazer. You're going to always derive your style from somebody else, whether it's subconscious or not. So if you're worried about whether you're going to be a unique, like, and this doesn't just go with YouTube poop, by the way. This goes with writing. It goes with art. Anything that you do for a hobby. You're almost always going to be derivative of something, but derivativeness isn't always a bad thing because it leads you to create something of your own from it. Like, if there was only one recipe for lemon cake, I mean, would that be fun? No. There are all sorts of variations of a lemon cake, all sorts of recipes. So don't be afraid of, I guess what I'm trying to say is don't be afraid to give it a shot. And if you're deriving from older sources, that's fine, or older creators. What is your guess as to who my favorite Pokemon trainer is? I'm going to guess Misty, because that was mine. So, yeah, that's Ishkabibble. And let's get the CDI clips added. The Boss Baby. Let's see. Whoops. Let's get the Boss Baby slap. What the hell is this? 11 Boss Baby Epic. What the hell is this? And why would you make videos on this? What have we just found? Okay, I don't even want to know. Oh my god. Let's just go straight to slapping scene. I am not going to put those on. What? What is this? Alright, I better get off of here because I have a funny feeling that I'm going to end up on a list if I continue to look at this. Alright, so Boss Baby Slap, let's put a pin on it. I'll find it later. In the meantime, let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's pull the sources that we've downloaded. Super Mario World, Mama Luigi, Bad Day at Peril Park. Super Mario World, Mama Luigi. Yeah. Maybe do the Boss Baby Slap scene. Okay. Stumbled into Elsa Gate. I don't even know what Elsa Gate is, but it sounds creepy as hell. Alright, so what we want to do here, I'm thinking that we're just going to pull the butt scene, yeah, right around here. So, looks like we need to make a frame rate change. Let's see. This is 29.3. Let's see. Media. 29.97. 23.976. There you have it. Let's see if I can adjust the source material. Basically what I'm doing here, by the way, is trying to see if I can adjust the frame rate of this particular video from within the clip itself. And my guess is that I'm going to have to, actually, no, I think that we're good. Let's see if this does it. Nope, not going to do it. So we'll just have to, let's see. I'm going to check on the others and see if they're also going to be the same. Okay, so this is 23. That will work. Typically, you do want to have as close to the same frame rate as possible for all of your sources. Otherwise, it will lead to bleeding. That's 30. That's pretty much 29. And bleeding can be a little bit annoying. How does this clip? 23. Alright, so it'll be a mishmash, but it won't be too bad. Okay, so the scene way there. Oh my God, this show. Man, by the way, before I had downloaded, or before well, the Nintendo eShop ceased to be, I did get the chance to download the the original Mega Man collection, and those games, they are hard. They are hard as balls, but you know something? That's almost every other NES title back in the day. But I'll give it this. I like the fact that I could just pick it up, know exactly what to do, play it, and not have to worry about, or at least not worry too much about any kind of secrets that I have to buy a magazine for. Because that's the thing that kind of hampers my love for the original Legend of Zelda. I have to know secrets. Alright, so let's do play phrase. Simple as that. Because we're going to be using a play phrase YouTube poop. So we're going to be using the original Gutsman's Ass video as a good start to it. Let's shove everything. What's your opinion on Noise Puppet? Love him. Love his videos. I don't know very many YouTube poopers that I don't like, to be honest. I think that every single one of them, especially the long timers, have an incredible style. They know humor. They know how to make a great poop. They know what goes into a great YouTube poop. So, no surprise that Noise Puppet has been phenomenal all this time. Just going to take a sip of water so I'm not sipping Celsius. I know Celsius is supposed to be all natural, but water is 100% natural. Oh my God, I just realized how creepy that duck is. What the hell? I think that's even creepier than when I had to search for Boss Baby. I'm going to put that to the side because holy shnikes. Hey, what is going down, Dinner Warrior? What is going down? How have you been? Oh, by the way, since Noise Puppet was brought up, Dinner Warrior, another classic YouTube pooper that I will never get tired of. I wonder if there are any official remakes for the first Zelda games. Probably not, because the original Zelda games were, I mean, obviously it's top-down, but there's almost a charm to them that shouldn't be replicated. I mean, like I said, you need to have one of those Nintendo Power magazines to really get all the secrets and know where all the dungeons are instead of having to search, because even though it controls well and it's fun, after a while it gets frustrating without a guide. I guess in a sense you could call the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild a remake of the original one, because Breath of the Wild is so open world, just like that original Zelda was, and it has such a basic story, or very little story. It's not as involved as something like Twilight Princess, but it's not going to be it's not going to be as story themed as something like Twilight Princess was, nor is linear. That's the thing about a lot of the 3D Zeldas nowadays. Oh, not nowadays, but in the 3D age, a lot of them were very linear. You had to go almost in a straight line. So I love Breath of the Wild for that reason. Yeah, it's not creepier than Boss Baby, maybe. I love how the 3DS store has no proper checks. The fact that a modded 3DS could download games from Nintendo's own service through a homebrew app is just bananas. Well, first things first, it's no use. Welcome, and I love the reference. Second, yeah, I mean, the thing is that that's usually the case with a lot of Nintendo consoles. The Wii, I think, also had the homebrew channel that is still up to this day. If I could be wrong on that. This stream sucks. It has to load. Okay, that's what you meant. Well, I mean, if it's causing some trouble, I might have to think of an alternate way to make it a little more crisp. There's BS Zelda for the SNES. Yeah, man. Ocarina of Time is my favorite game. Which Zelda is your favorite and least favorite? Favorite probably is going to be, like I said, Breath of the Wild, just because it is such a fantastic world to explore, and I felt like it really, like, I've played a lot of open world games. Like, I play a lot of Grand Theft Auto. I'll play, like, I even played Jack 2, which pretty much was the T version of Grand Theft Auto. Give me un momento. There we go. But the thing that I think Video Game Donkey pointed this out very well, a lot of those open world games did not have very spread out activities. It was almost all centralized in one spot. So you had to, like, you had this great map, but only maybe a tenth of it was utilized properly, and the other, I guess, you had the, you had to kind of, like, you messed around with it, except for on story missions. Here's Luigi's butt, by the way. Look at this glorious Luigi butt.
Face with the fire sumo!
How could you not look at that butt and say, I want that butt? So we're going to bring that into the fold. I don't think I need much more of the Mama Luigi episode. If so, I'll just grab it from, I don't know, the timeline again. Yes. Least favorite Zelda, by the way. Least favorite. I'm going to say Four Swords of Adventure. Yeah, the Four Swords, actually, because, I don't know, it just felt like a bunch of mini games rather than one whole Zelda game. So that's mine. And it's, oh yeah, it's a multiplayer Zelda. Like, it's meant to be like a multiplayer Zelda, but it has that single player mode. I haven't really found anybody to play that multiplayer version though. I do love Wind Waker, Honorius. Missplayer. Yeah, I mean, Wind Waker is a wonderful, like in HD, because I actually have it on the Wii U. It's wonderful looking. The colors are vibrant, and I can see why everyone who had a GameCube had this game. Forgot to read about my man with 10 toes comments. Is that the one above? Hello again, Poop Master. Welcome, Honarius, and Miss Player as well. I don't like the design of Zelda Skyward Sword. Both Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild series. So, Skyward Sword, if memory serves, was designed by the same team that did Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. It doesn't surprise me because it's almost got that pseudo-cell shaded look that I guess they were trying to mix those games, that cell shaded aesthetic, with something like Twilight Princess. But I'm going to be on the this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I actually really liked the motion controls for Skyward Sword. I love games where you swing a sword like in real life. I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. I guess that also means that, I had to kind of put up with some parts like very uninvolving boss fights, and the worlds were, like, the overworld was not that great. I mean, it was just you're flying around, big deal. But the control, I will never say was terrible. I loved it. I loved the mechanics. They had to find the right angle to swing the sword at during the boss fight. And I know that there are a lot of people that prefer the controller version just so that they don't have to swing their arms around, or they can't swing their arms around. That's fine. I'm glad that their remake is doing really well for them in that aspect. But games like that, games like Red Steel 2 as well, the sword mechanics I love. I thought you were straight. No, I am. If there was one fictional character you could permanently turn to stone and have Mario say it's a stone Luigi, who would it be? Well, I have a funny feeling that would make a great YouTube poop joke. Somehow. Let's see. Shoot. I mean, there are several things I can think of where characters are being turned to stone. One of which is, oh my god! I just realized that I missed a joke from my Hocus Pocus YouTube poop. The Sanderson sisters Convert the Dalai Lama. Shoot, I can't believe I missed it. It's a Stone Luigi joke. Because at the very end, Winifred Sanderson is turned to stone. Before she explodes, of course, but still. That'd be a good joke. I mean, now that I have not made it, someone else can make it for me. Let's find a way to tie those butts together. Yeah, Xbox Connect. That's another. Well, I don't think there were very many. Were there many sword games on Connect? I didn't play a whole bunch of them. Let's just take this real quick, and I want to get that duck. I want that duck. I want that duck. That is such a. It's a weird duck. I don't know why I want such a weird duck. I gotta figure out something to do with it. I mean, I don't like the design of Princess Zelda from Skyward Sword and the Breath of the Wild series. Compared to the other incarnation, they're kind of plain and unappealing to look at. I could see where they were going with it. I think that they were trying to make almost this kind of teenage love drama, minus, they kissing in the end. I feel like that's something that I'm never going to be able to see in a Zelda game. Link and Zelda actually kissing. It's kind of implied, but you'd think. But yeah, I get why you don't like it. It's definitely against the typical princess aesthetic. So I would not be surprised if you weren't the only one that didn't like it. Random advice out of nowhere, but when adding clips, I find trimmer to be very useful. You can add a clip using A, and you can select only the vid or the audio using tab. So one thing I like to do, so I'm sure your version has this, Marisk. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Sometimes I like to just scan by hovering the mouse. Like, if you see what I'm doing here, there's a line that appears, and sometimes what I like to do is estimate where that clip I want is. Now, I know that there is a trimmer box. I haven't really bothered to use it because I like things almost on a palette like this. And I know it's a little bit unorganized looking, but it's also organized chaos for me. I've been doing it this way for a good long while. But for the most part, yeah, that's how I would do it. Like, kind of going back, what I could do here, let's use a different clip, is I could hover my mouse, click, drag, and I take this little splice of it, and then I can, yeah, disconnect. But you're right, there are much easier ways of doing it in Vegas. I don't think they add that much to the editing time, to be completely honest. It's not like I'm saving myself a full 5 minutes by doing it, but I know that there are much more there are people who are much more well versed in Vegas who are doing it that way. I'm from the days of Vegas 5. I don't think Vegas 5 had that feature. So let's see. Deborah from DBZ could spit on people and turn them into stone. Oh, that's going back. I actually think I remember that character now that you mention it. For context, I can find a word like that on dictionary so they can use it. Stop tilting. I'm not sure what you mean by tilting. I'm sorry, Fartsmone. Maybe you can have Link say, do the duck walk when the duck is walking. You betcha. And that comes from the tutorial video, which I did not keep. So let's go back to YouTube. Faces of Evil tutorial. And the tutorial with the duck walk. There we go. This is 13 years old, but all we need is the audio. I'm still going to download the video just to be safe because, I don't know, maybe I'll find something else to do with it. And here we go. Let's download this puppy. All right. Yep. 240p. I don't care. I don't care if it's 240p. Sometimes the CDI clips need to be 240p. None of this high-quality Blu-ray stuff. Let's go back to the old days, where Quebec Gamers was in the bottom right-hand corner. There's that one scene where Sonic gets turned into stone. Yeah, I remember that one. The Magic Castle. I think Tails had to do everything in that episode, almost. Oh yeah, there's speaking of butt scenes, there's Robotnik's butt. Hold on. Butt. It's from the there's that Robotnik butt scene. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I use this in Morbius, and
It's time to chew.
it's time to chew gum.
If that stubborn little songstress won't write me a song, I'll write my own song.
I love this voice actor, Long John Baldry. Great name too. You've got to be kidding. Yes. Let's see. Maybe I can find a way to add that too. Teenage love drama. How about A Kiss for Luck? Ooh. Yeah. You know, I wonder if anyone's ever done that. If they've tried to edit the scenes on Skyloft between Link and Zelda into the CDI interaction clips. Someone should do that. Especially now that there's a remastered version. Did you know that there are PC fan remakes of the CDI games? I do know that quite a lot of people were working on them. I know that Dopley was one of the people who was really, really working hard on them. Dopley, a YouTube creator from late 2010s. I think that 2008 is when he started. Made some really good videos. But he was also, memory serves, trying to do a remake, a full-on remake, or at least a reimagining of the CDI games, which was something that I think, you know, everything YouTube poop comes back to CDI in some point. Steven Stone would approve of this trend. Yes. There's also how much Robotnik wiggles his butt in the pilot when he's scheming. Yeah, remember, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's that where he's got that bomb or that cannon, and it oh my god, the animation in that scene, like, why in the world would you animate the butt that way? I guess we'll never know what they were thinking. Maybe they just had a thing for Robotnik's butt. I mean, how can you not? Just look at it. Look at this beautiful butt. Oh, and that reminds me of a YouTube poop called, a Walrus Guy YouTube poop called We Love Sonic's Butt. That's, oh man. That We Love Sonic's Butt, top tier Walrus Guy. It is a fantastic short YouTube poop from 2008, early 2008. If memory serves, it's from January of that year. And it is such a simple joke, has such great sentence mixing, and my gosh, how in the world can you not love that? How can you not love the classic Walrus Guy like that? I forgot to say, I like the Morbius poop a lot, and it was very silly. Well, thank you very much. It was extremely, oh my god, maddening to make, because Morbius isn't just a really bad movie, it's a really boring movie. And it was the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that I fell asleep to. What, people falling asleep to superhero movies, who'd thunk? And as such, I mean, I wanted to make a YouTube poop of it because there were some scenes that I liked, but there were so many other scenes that I just couldn't get my head around. Like, why would they include that? Why did the movie feel like it was rushed at the very end? What is the point of that ending? What is the point of anything? And more importantly, why aren't people using Matt Smith more and more? Matt Smith, by the way, played the villain in Morbius. Fantastically done. Even better than Jared. Like, Jared Leto is just boring in that movie. Matt Smith is a godsend. The dancing scene, like, that is going to be remembered. It's going to be treasured for days. Truly one of the movies of all time. But yeah, that whole YouTube poop, I just had to make it the way I had to. Like, reference Morbius more than use Morbius. I think there's a clip from an unrelated movie that sounds so much like an AOSTH Robotnik. I thought he was the one who uttered it. It was I Was Frozen Today. So that comes from, let's see. So the person who says that line is, shoot, the actor for Doc Brown in Back to the Future. name escapes me, but if memory serves, it comes from the movie Suburban Commando. And the reason why I Was Frozen Today semi-caught on was because it was really liked by the nostalgia critic who reviewed the movie at the time, said that the lines stood out because of the way that it was said. I don't know. I didn't click for me, but maybe it clicked for a bunch of other people. But that's why it was really popular. That's probably why you heard it, because Nostalgia Critic was really, really, really popular back in the early 2010s. I mean, I guess he's still popular now, but to the degree, like, relatively less popular when you look at his heyday back in the early 2010s. And he tried to make I Was Frozen Today a thing. I guess he semi-did it. I think my favorite part of the poop was when he was more being out leaping into the air and he lands and he cracks his ankles or something. Yeah, the flips, and it's just that the average superhero learns how to use his power scene. There's nothing remarkable, nothing special about it. I decided, hey, you know what? Let's just go against type. Yeah, there's a joke in Alvin and the Chipmunks about the N-word. Oh my gosh, is there really?
Move it up!
Oh, that's loud. That is loud. And let's see. I think it comes later. Yeah, this is it.
When I'm crouching, you can make me do the duck walk.
All right. There we go. There's that clip. Let's cut this. Cut it and paste it right here. All right. They were grooming kids, trying to make them attracted to Robotnik. Yeah, the Matt Smith yell when he leans up from the ground was a good reference. Yes. Oh, man. Dragon Dropped is an awful MLP episode where Rarity has an obsession with Spike that feels like a stalking crush, and it just feels extremely off. I know that from the show, like, Spike had a thing for Rarity. I guess that... Wait a minute. I don't remember any episode where he stalked her. I thought that, it was a crush. Oh, my God. Christopher Lloyd was Doc Brown. Thank you. Christopher Lloyd was Doc Brown. Imagine Robotnik in that show saying that line. Yeah, actually, it's funny. There is a YouTube poop where he does say that line. It was made by Boogity Boo. Hang on one second. Made a lot of classic YouTube poops, but Boogity Boo actually had a scene where Robotnik was frozen, and he overlaid Doc Brown's voice onto Robotnik's for that. Now, I don't remember which one it is. I would have to peruse each and every single one of them, but I'm pretty sure it's in these first two rows. Could be wrong. Actually, no. I forgot how many he made. Man. But it is a joke that has been done before. Favorite NC review is Batman vs. Superman. So the thing about the Nostalgia Critic is that, as I understand, he had tried to make more live action reviews that were not very well received. I guess the fans liked his talking head style where he's just got that backdrop and he's talking. But I actually really did like the from what I have seen, that review, that Batman vs. Superman review, I do really like because it points out a lot of the movie's flaws, and I thought it was a very well written skit episode. And I think that's where a lot of those strengths lie, in his ability to make those kind of fast-paced skits, but only when he is able to, only when he's got a cast around them that matches his type of personality or his type of humor or delivery, at the least. But the thing is that, keep in mind, I know that he is extremely controversial as well. I actually much prefer Doug Walker to the Nostalgia Critic, largely because when Doug Walker is just behind the camera talking about the movies and the shows that he likes and why he loves them, like something that just came out and he just has to talk about them, he is very insightful, and I like the way that he speaks about the things he loves, because you can tell that he's got this enthusiasm. I think that the Nostalgia Critic, the persona he takes or the character he plays, it doesn't give him that right avenue to really delve into what it is that he loves so much or why he loves it. And I think that, at the very least, when he's doing skits like that Batman versus Superman skit, it does have a little bit more of that personality. And I understand that they're extremely, extremely difficult to write and make, and they take a lot of time. So, for the most part, I can probably understand why he's still sticking to that talking head style. Oh man, I was kind of hoping Nostalgia Critic reviews Dougal. He did Pinocchio, A True Story. Dougal, man, wasn't that a Disney movie? Goodness gracious. Weird. All right, best part of Morbius was when I said it's sleeping time and slept all over the place. I might as well have slept all over the movie. It is unbelievably boring. It is not worth the jokes that it generates. Like, you can just look up clips of Morbius and you'd be just as satisfied if you actually watched the movie. Rarity stalks Spike, not vice versa. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. One Robotnik line that's criminally underused. I don't know the context, but he makes a false promise and he's called out. And Robotnik. I wonder, because, let's go back to playphrase.me for a second. I wonder if that can be found. He's obviously lying. I'm obviously lying. I guess there's no. I guess it doesn't have the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog clips. Oh well. I can actually see him, the way that he says that. Okay, I'm obviously lying. That's a pretty funny line to imagine. On the wrestling thing that you recently shared was great fun. Thank you very much. I'm glad you loved it. Mini. That's a good source right there. Matilda Trunchbull. I wonder if that's on YouTube, or is it at least easier to find? Yes. Oh man. Dougal wasn't Disney. Okay, thanks. I don't know why I thought it was.
Oh, but! Did you say but? Hammer throw.
Why would you record the? My gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. This has got to be it.
What are those? What's what, Miss Trunchbull? Hanging down by your ears. You mean my pigtail?
Why? Oh my gosh! It's randomly zooming in. Okay. Playphrase.me. Please get us out. Oops. Yes! Yes! Perfect.
I'll give you but.
Wow. That is fantastic. See, this is why this website is so good. If you ever need to find a clip from a movie and you don't want to, slog through YouTube, well, bam, here you go. And I will vouch for this site as long as I can. Cut and put it straight into the play phrase. There we go. Batman, we barely have reason to hate each other, except we hate the fact that the other one kills. I'll kill. Yeah. I mean, I think that my favorite part of the review, that Nostalgia Critic review, was the Wonder Woman saying hello as the recurring joke. That was just again, it's such really well written jokes, and I think that when you have the actors that have the energy or can match the energy or can fit with the type of humor that's being attempted, and not to mention the movie that's worth the derision, then it makes for a great episode, and that can be really hard to replicate. Yeah, judging from all the vids I watched from Nostalgia Critic, I can conclude he hates Space Jam, Adam Sandler, Pokemon, and SpongeBob. Okay. This is kind of going back, but the original Nostalgia Critic, like 2008, which is when he really burst onto the scene, and the Space Jam movie, yes, he derides that. Pokemon, the first movie, I've never seen his episode related to SpongeBob, nor have I seen anything related to Adam Sandler. I've kind of just been, I got tired of the shtick and stopped watching him regularly. But I think the best Nostalgia Critic review, the old traditional style review, probably is Kazam, the Shaq movie. Have you heard of Scott the Woz? Yes. In fact, I actually went to Too Many Games where I watched Scott the Woz play Mario Party. Felis is much more funnier than Nostalgia Critic. Yeah, I think that I'll have to watch him because I don't know a lot of alternatives that do what Nostalgia Critic does. But I love the long form reviews. I think that the internet has made it really possible to go into depth with the movies in this way that Nostalgia Critics pioneered. So it's not just him. I mean, one of my favorite from that old, because he was the, I guess, headliner for that website and YouTube channel, that guy with the glasses, and it had a whole bunch of other creators. There's only one creator from that site that I am actually subscribed to, that I await new things from, and that's Todd in the Shadows. And it's largely because I am such a pop music junkie that watching Todd makes me feel better about it. Hating Adam Sandler isn't an unusual trait. Yeah, I mean, Adam Sandler, you either love him or you hate him, or you love certain movies of Adam Sandler. They're genius. There definitely is no in between. All right, let's see. We've got a great little. All right, we got a great little foundation here. Oh man. Let's just go back and see if I can capture that. What were they on when they animated this? Space Jam is okay. Yeah, I am not averse to Space Jam. I remember watching it when I was younger and laughing a lot, but that was when I was a kid. I think that the concept is really interesting, having the Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers characters play with Michael Jordan against the aliens like that. I mean, let's face it, it's pretty much what you'd expect from some Looney Tunes cartoon, but I think that the way that they do it is really cool. And I mean, Michael Jordan, not the best actor, but he holds his own. I think when you're playing yourself, it's a lot easier. I have not seen the sequel. I don't know how good LeBron James is as an actor, but I mean, it's LeBron. You just got to be LeBron. I miss Spoonie. Yeah, I remember Spoonie. I didn't really see a lot of Spoonie episodes. I remember watching Linkara. No, wait. Not Linkara. Shoot. I've got to remember what... But he did comics, and I watched 1 or 2 episodes. But I do remember Spoonie. I think Spoonie did a lot of tie-ins with Nostalgia Critic. He did a few episodes. I think it was the Uwe Boll episode where he did the... What's that movie? Alone in the Dark film. Alone in the Dark. Yeah. Happy Gilmore has... Yeah, I quote Happy Gilmore a lot. Man. You're gonna die, clown. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I think that Happy Gilmore is an example of Adam Sandler in some of his... It's clear that he's attempting something, and some movies he pulls it off, others he does not. Happy Gilmore, it works. Waterboy, it works. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Oh, what? Later Adam Sandler movies just missed the mark, and I think that's just because they're less focused on being funny and more focused on being cringe. And that, that writing that accompanies them. Believe it or not, there has to be good writing behind jokes, otherwise you're not going to get the laughs. And I think that in some of these earlier jokes, the concepts as well, in the early movies it works, later movies not so much. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Okay. I haven't seen Ralph Breaks the Internet, so I'm avoiding all reviews of it, including the ones by Schaefer-Illis. I used to watch Mr. Enter a lot and still do. Mr. Enter. I'll have to look up Mr. Enter. That's going to be an interesting one. I was one of the 3 Space Jam fans who wished for a sequel and was horribly disappointed that the sequel did not live up to the first. I think so like I said, I haven't seen it, but I know that it did generate this meme of Daffy Duck rapping, "I flammed my penis in the car door." And if you haven't seen that video, it's amazing. It's pretty much Space Jam Daffy rapping with Parappa the Rapper. But yeah, I did hear that it didn't live up to the original, which, how can you live up to the original? I mean, either way, Link Carr's the comic guy. Okay. Spoonie's reviews were Mystery Science 3000. It worked great. Okay. What part of making a YouTube poop is your favorite and least favorite? Oh, good question. Good question. Oof, boy. I'm going to have to ponder that one. What part of... what part of it is my favorite? Well, I'll tell you my least favorite. It's when the software crashes. You see, the thing about Vegas, and I know that so many creators use Vegas. It's one of the most easily accessible, or at least one of the easiest to find. But the thing is, it also has a reputation, especially some of the later editions, of crashing and also operating remarkably slow. That's one of my least favorite things. Why haven't I switched? I don't know. I guess I am just so used to it that I tolerate it and I go forward like nothing happens. So, best part though. Best part is when a joke works. Best part is easily when a joke works. When you have this idea for an edit and you aren't sure whether or not it is going to work, so you put it all together in the timeline, you cobble together the sentence, you mask, you overlay, or you just put these random clips in front of each other, behind each other, and it works tremendously. It's one of those things that gets you so excited. The thing about any process of creation, it can be YouTube poop, it can be art, it can be, like I said, writing, is that there are small victories that you have to celebrate. And if you celebrate those small victories, it will make everything feel better in the end. And that's the same with YouTube poop. You have to love what you're doing. You have to get that emotion when it works so well. I mean, there are times in the stream where I just have to sit back, relax, and say, yes! And I want to plant my flag, like this is a huge victory. Like that. So it's going to really come down to how difficult the task is, or how much it affects a scene or a joke in the poop, or if it is in and of itself. That's going to be my favorite part, just the success of making it happen. Oh yeah, creative blocks. So here's the thing about creative blocks. Do you want to know how to get past a YouTube poop creative block? Watch YouTube poops. Easy as that. Look, sometimes when you have a creative block, you just need to unwind. And when you unwind, or when I unwind at least, I'll do it by watching, I'll watch some similar videos or videos that are similar to mine, I'll type YouTube poop into the YouTube search bar and watch what comes up, and I'll be often inspired by it. I mean, I think that the awesome thing about YouTube poop is that, the trail is continuing to be blazed to this day. Like, you're seeing it being moved, you're seeing it being shapen in ways that you have no choice but to be, like, you have to be excited about. So, I mean, that's how I overcome it. I mean, obviously, there are some other ways. Just taking a break, laying in bed, just closing your eyes, getting good sleep, and maybe even doing some other things. Like, sometimes you walk away from a YouTube poop, and then you return, and you think, oh my God, that's a great joke. I can't believe I didn't see that before. And just because you didn't see it before doesn't mean you're not a genius. It doesn't mean that you're not smart. It doesn't mean that you're bad at it. It just means that your head was in a different space. Maybe you were deadly focused on looking for one type of joke before that you completely missed everything else that was in front of you. That's why I rarely make videos in spurts. Like, when I did those 2 streams over that one weekend where they were like 4 hours, as time goes on, it does get harder and harder to make new jokes. That just comes with the territory. So you do want to relax and maybe just, do something that takes your hand off the mouse or the keyboard. Just relax. And that's the easiest way to do it. Yo, Captain Pan, your poops were the best, man. Glad to see you're still pooping. Yeah, thank you so much, Shirka. I'm really glad you were able to join the stream. Oh, man. I hope you love what's coming out. I mean, I am really, really curious as to where this one is going to go with all the butts in it. I wonder how many poops could have been lost to the abyss that could have hit just right. Too many. Too many. That's the answer. I don't know if you have seen the quote-unquote lost poops, but, I mean, so Walrus Guy and Deeper Cut put out videos that were called, respectively, the lost YouTube poops of the Walrus Guy and the lost YouTube poops of the Deeper Cut. This is back in 2008. These were videos and projects that they started that they elected to abandon. And sometimes they're not really bad videos. I mean, heck, a lot of times when I watch a video and maybe the description says it, or maybe someone in the comments says it, or not someone in the comments, but the creator in the comments says, sorry guys, this is not my best. I'm looking at it and think, could have fooled me. This is great. I mean, heck, the same goes with, when you are just doing anything creative. Just don't undersell yourself. If you feel like you need to step away and let the ideas come to you a little bit more naturally, just do that. Oh man, how can I make good jokes in my YouTube poops? Well, that's the thing. What you consider a good joke is going to be up to you. I'll say this. It is a very common saying, humor is subjective. I actually disagree with it. I believe humor is objective, as in it can be studied, it can be mapped out. There is something to learning about what makes a good joke. So if, like for example, one of the reasons that some of the 2008 memes in YouTube poop died out is because they became tired, because they became overused. Like, people forgot what made them funny in the first place. So, like Ouija, for example, the graphic of him was just used in place of something else, like it was supposed to be a joke in and of itself, but it was just the same thing over and over again. Now, another good example of this, and this is at least what I think, what was it called again? Shoot, I forget what it was called, but it was just a video where Shrek, because you have a whole cult or something behind Shrek now for some odd reason, but the whole reason behind what made that joke funny has kind of warped over time. And for some people, it's just not as funny as it once was. A lot of times for good reasons. So if you're going to want to look for good ways of making good jokes in YouTube poops, just focus on understanding what makes a good joke, like the payoff, the delivery. That's something that I love to do, and I will use repeated jokes in a lot of my videos. So that's not to say that a joke repeated too many times will always be unfunny, but you have to know why it's funny in the first place. Shreknado makes the worst YouTube poop. No. Wait. First off, I said their name wrong. Shricardo. No, I like Shricardo's YouTube poops. They're very classic. They remind me a lot of some of the classic YouTube poops from yore. Oh my God. On the advent of YouTube poop, you're talking about I Teach Vader is the first YouTube pooper I can think of to have their own lore. Yeah. In continuing story in videos. Who else did that? I know I Teach Vader is known. Orpheus for the Win, another one. You have, maybe even going a lot further back, I Am the Gang, classic, 2007, 2008 style. Well, not style, but era, more like. I remember your tennis matches with Deeper Cut. Man, tell us how that was. Tell us what that was like. So, here's the thing about the tennis match with Deeper Cut. It all began because so Deeper Cut wanted to do a tennis match, but he did not approach me to do it. Rather, what he had done, because back then you still had the YouTube poop forums, so he said, "So who wants to play tennis against Deeper Cut?" And he said, "So we're going to make a Grand Theft Auto YouTube poop tennis." So you have to use Grand Theft Auto sources. It's got to be in my style. Now, the thing is that there was someone else who was supposed to be playing against him before me. Someone had, quote-unquote, beat me to it. And that person was a creator named Tantric Inferno. He made round one. Well, no. Deeper Cut made round one. So it was Tantric's chance to make round two. Deeper Cut did not think that Tantric's video adhered to the style that he wanted. So he said, "No, I'm going to look for somebody else." And that's when, okay, I said, I'm going to give it a try. Like, keep in mind, at the time, I had only like a few hundred subscribers. And Deeper Cut was in the 5 figures. So I was thinking, it's a long shot, but I'll throw my hat in the ring. And I made a video. I made a round 2 response, and I put it onto my alt account, thinking, you know what, if he doesn't select it, then at the very least it's on an alt. It's not like it wasn't like something I promised my fans I was going to do. And he watched it, and I guess he immediately changed it to Deeper Cut versus Cappan 6, because that was it. He found it. He loved it. This is exactly what he was looking for. And from there, it just blossomed. And the thing about that tennis match was that it was, like, first off, you have to understand that someone who, like, Deeper Cut was the most popular YouTube poop creator of that time. And I was collaborating with him. I could barely contain myself when I learned that I was actually going to be playing tennis with him. And he had lots of good things to say about my round, and he made round 3, and I was just on edge waiting for it. And the thing about that is that I made my responses so quickly because all of that enthusiasm was like I couldn't keep it in. And I just made round after round. Deeper Cut fired back, and it was almost like every video was being made a day apart. It was such an incredible experience. Like, I can't even describe it. And then we decided, you know what, let's make it more than 6 rounds. Let's make it 8. Let's make it 10. Let's make it 20. So we're going to try and make it 40, but around round 16, Deeper Cut was starting to feel a little bit tired, and then, let's just make it a nice even 20 rounds, and we made it 20 rounds. Now, oh my gosh. I know that was a long-winded story, but that's what it's like. I mean, imagine being in a concert, and then having the famous person, the star, say, hey, you in that seat, come up on stage. That's what it was like. The Treehouse of Collab 4 will be based on the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror series. Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me that there was going to be a Treehouse of Horror collab. Yeah. Yo, Walrus Guy, do you think they ever became friends? They didn't hate each other. They did not hate each other. I think that a lot of the quote-unquote drama was either between fans, and even then it was very minuscule, or it was just manufactured drama intended to kind of, be cheeky, ha-ha, wink-wink, nudge-nudge, because apparently you had to. I mean, I remember when people were saying, hey, Deepercut, you should play tennis against Walrus Guy. Hey, Walrus Guy, Deepercut wants a tennis match. You should do him. And it was just, there wasn't any vitriol toward each other. There really wasn't. He even put out a video, Walrus Guy put out a video saying that there was no vitriol. And I think it was just, because Walrus Guy and Deepercut were the two most popular YouTube creators at the time, there had to be some kind of clash. I even think that people made fan games with Walrus Guy and Deepercut fighting each other. It sounds like an example of meta commentary going too far, causing YouTube poop to decay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Kind of going back to repeating jokes far too often that you forget what made them funny in the first place. Yeah, I mean, that's something that's going to happen in like a bunch of YouTube poops, whether you like it or not. Like sometimes the jokes do get stale. Sometimes a source gets stale. And like even in 2007, there was a bunch, like in 2007 when it exploded. Because keep in mind, it exploded right at the start of spring, like toward the end of spring, YouTube poop did. But everyone was using CDI clips, and they were reusing a lot of the already told jokes. So by the end of the summer, there were a lot of people who were sick of it, sick of seeing the same old jokes being done again and again and again. And that is something that will, I'll remember that because it was actually called by the community the quote-unquote war on AIDS, where they shunned anybody who made cheap jokes, used censor bleeps, anything like that. That's how common it was. They were willing to quote-unquote declare war on it, that it got that bad. Man. The Shrek 5 should make a reference to The Shrek is Life. You know what? I bet there are some animators at DreamWorks that are probably going to make a reference, because I think that, first things first, I think that the Puss in Boots movie, The Last Wish, has proven that that franchise is in good hands, the Shrek franchise. So, hang on, let me see here.
Always pinching my butt behind the counter.
Oh, it's a Jimmy Dean commercial. They're always going to, I think there are going to be a lot of people who love the Shrek movies, and as well as the Shrek fandom, that join DreamWorks, so they might make a reference. The Shrek cult started from the Shrek is Love green text, which started off funny for a while, but got oversaturated over time. Yep. What's going on, my boy? I'm sorry I'm getting to your... But yeah, Gaibu-chan, amazing creator. Farts Mode, who makes the worst YouTube poops? I can't think of anybody who technically makes the worst YouTube poops. Give me a sec. I'll need to think.
Christian Dior, my butt.
Oh, that's a great my butt. Worst YouTube poops. I mean, the thing is, I don't think of YouTube poops in that capacity anymore, so I'm going to have to go with, I don't know, a creator who... Let's see. I can't answer that question. I don't know who makes the worst YouTube poops, because everybody has their own tastes that, and also YouTube poop is not going to be one of those things where, like, I know that humor is going to have structure. It's going to be objective, but you can't take YouTube poop seriously, too seriously at the least. So I don't know how to answer that. There's no one person that comes to mind anyways, or even persons. Yeah. Insector has lore. Yes. Yes. Ice Snort and Rice Snot. Yes. Yes, there's lots of lore in those videos. Good example right there, Honarius. Yeah, I'm a person. Definitely. I would love to see I'm a person come back. I hope that he is doing fantastic wherever he is. Because holy smokes, that dude could edit. The Chairman 45. Yeah, the Chairman 45 was another fantastic creator. Kind of got lost in the swell because, you know, when, or like around that time, that 2010, 2011, 2012, a lot of people were making YouTube poops in a very I'm a person centric style. That styles like Chairman's would often go ignored. So I think that the Chairman was fantastic. Definitely another one of those creators that knew what they were doing, loved what they were doing. Favorite quote: "What have you done to China?" Neck moving guy from the yes, the neck moving guy. That's one thing that I'm a person could do. I'm a person could make jokes from thin air. Like, not only did the neck moving guy work so well, but it crept in other ways into his other videos. Like any video with a character moving their neck like that it was almost always going to have that song playing. Let's see.
Christian Dior, my butt.
I'll give you butt.
There we go. There's a subtype of YouTube poop called YouTube fart, where it's only the audio that gets pooped and no visual. It sounds like a novelty in the community. I've never heard of YouTube fart before, but there are audio-only YouTube poops, as they're sometimes called, and they, like Waldfield, made quite a few of them. In fact, Waldfield, I think, was one of the original pioneers of those audio-only YouTube poops, and he used a lot of Will Smith raps in them. I remember. If they're called farts now, interesting. But a poop is always going to be a poop, whether or not it has, those kinds of visuals or not. In fact, I know Walrus Guy has actually made an audio-only YouTube poop. If there's a moniker for this right now. Oh, look what clever children. See them study, watch them learn. I remember SpongeBob being the most popular YouTube poop source. I don't know why, because SpongeBob in general is popular. In fact, I think SpongeBob was, in many capacities still is, the most popular cartoon. And when you have a cartoon that is watched by so many people growing up, they're going to use it because they love it. That's the thing about YouTube poop. Most people poop what they love because it's nearer and dearer to them. And that's something that will make your editing a lot easier because you know the episodes. You remember certain points from the episodes. I'm going to make a Billy Mays YouTube poop. Get right on it. Billy Mays is a fantastic source. Fantastic source. I don't think there are enough Billy Mays YouTube poops. It's funny to think that Philips CDI, Mario, and Zelda YouTube poops made those relevant to this day. I still see Zelda CDI memes pop up now and then, my boy. Yeah, I mean, the thing about YouTube poop is that it really accelerated the popularity of those games as memes outside of YouTube poop. I've seen GIFs of it. I've seen them, like, there's a wonderful Twitch stream that's good to have on in the background called Salty Bet. And sometimes they'll have CDI characters. Salty Bet, by the way, is a betting stream. It's fake money, but what you do is you bet between the two fighters who will win. But the fighters are from anywhere and anything. You could be seeing a killer crocodile. You could be seeing Haruhi. You could be seeing a character from Street Fighter. You could be seeing a Mewtwo. It really is Yeah, but I see a lot of CDI characters in there. There's derivative YouTube poops I'm not interested in terms of bad YouTube poops. There's ones that sort of push the boundaries too far for me with the racism or sexism. I do enjoy one creator who's active right now, but I feel he isn't joking with some of the stuff he's saying. So I can see where you come from on that front, because a lot of times it's very easy to have personal beliefs that you hold over a certain source material bleed too much, and when something is going to be controversial, then that can be problematic. Now, there are some videos as well that are, because here's the thing, in the heyday of YouTube poops, the internet was a little bit more of a Wild West, and you never really knew who was joking, who was serious, and the intent. And the thing is that the jokes were meant, like, if something sounded ridiculous, it was going to be a joke. That was the assumption, or at least that's what the joke teller would have you believe. But the the internet later on, suddenly people became more outspoken against those jokes because, let's face it, a lot of them are harmful. And I think that that line suddenly becomes more visible, less blurred in this day and age. So I don't know any creator, or at least I don't follow any creator who is doing stuff like that. Yes, Waldfield made The Parents Don't Understand Will Smith Auto Yope. Yes, he made that, Shirka. Yes, I do remember McMango's, Crobo, and Electric the Cheese. Yeah, alright. Now, I think we've got a lot of butts. A lot of butts. Let me just check something, make sure that I migrated this to the right folder, and I did. Perfect. Let's see what we can make with these butts. So, again, it's just one word, one theme that we're using play phrase to search for good references to. And sometimes the jokes that we make, like they start out rather basic, kind of going into earlier about what it is that makes a YouTube poop, you know, worth continuing. A lot of times it's like people give up on YouTube poops too early, and you don't want to continue it for fear that it's actually going to be ending up a waste of time. I try not to think that way. I think there's potential in almost every source. I think there's potential in almost every concept. So let's pursue this one to the most. Your Haruhi YouTube poops are the best. Thank you so much. Made me watch the anime when I was 13. It's so good. Anytime. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I hope that you saw the movie. If you've seen the series, the movie is one of the best movies. Okay, let's see. Let's start actually editing some more. So I'm just going to explore this first one because this is fresher on the mind, and I need to.
Aren't they cute? What's with Rush? He must have a screw loose.
Gutsman! You guessed it, Megatwerp!
And Cutman here to take my cut!
Torn kangaroo suit butt. It's Gutsman. Yep. That's the thing. Okay, let's isolate this.
He must have a screw loose.
Actually, one thing I did see.
He must have a screw.
Oh no.
He must have a screw loose. He must have a screw loose.
Just a simple edit.
Loose. Loose.
Let's see.
The screws.
I think I'm just gonna, yeah, so making screws here.
Screws.
But I need it to sound perfect.
Screws. Screws.
Yes, that's better. That's much better. Actually, There we go.
He must have a screws. Aren't they cute? What's with
Let's see. Right there. You know, it's weird. This meme, this Gutsman's ass meme, I didn't quite get it the first time because when they show the butt like this, it actually kind of looks like an insect head. Like, these are the eyes because a lot of insects have those gridded eyes of sorts. So I didn't think this was a butt at first because I had seen this entire clip. No, well, I did see the entire clip, but it still didn't click with me that this was a butt. I guess it's one of those things where you either see the duck or you see the woman. One of those optical illusions. All right, let's see. Kangaroo, yeah. Let's go to kangaroos. I like that. All right, let's cut that out. Can't think of anything right there.
Gutsman?
Oh, wait. Oh, he says Gutsman, but...
Gutsman! Gutsman!
All right, let's get that. And I'm thinking, you know, I know that the original butt right here is, you know, it's very pertinent to the meme itself, but I'm thinking of replacing that butt. I think the Robotnik butt would be a perfect fit. The implication that Mega Man can recognize Gutman just by his posterior is probably what made the meme. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know. When it, like, what is with that rock riff that plays? All right, let's see. I'm looking for...
You guessed it, Megatwerp.
And Catman here to take my cat.
Oh, I love that line right there. That shriek. Let's continue the episode a little bit. See if we can find a B sound. We can make Buttsman.
Think fast, Mega Man!
Oh, what the heck was that sound effect? What the, am I? What the heck? Oh, this is gonna be exploitable. Oh, this is extremely exploitable. Heck, it might even change what I initially had in mind. Let's go right back here. Trivia fact, this show was overseen by Ruby Spears, the duo that helped make Scooby-Doo. That's why Rush sounds like a discount Scooby. They were trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle. Okay, now that makes sense. Because that Rush, I mean, first off, none of these characters feel like I guess with some exceptions, Gutsman and Cutman, because they're the villains, they're the bad guys, and to an extent Dr. Wily. But none of the other characters feel like they belong in, I don't know, they belong as heroes. I mean, Roll and, let's see. Yeah, Roll and Rush just don't seem like the type. Which editing software am I using now? This is Vegas Pro 16. Vegas Pro 16. And I'm probably going to stick with Vegas for the foreseeable future unless I am able to make some kind of swap so that I don't have slowdowns and crashes. I mean, it hasn't crashed for me as much because I've made a couple of tweaks. Oh, I've got it. I've got it. Man, sometimes when you think of great ideas, you just have to rip your clothes off and go running into the streets shouting Eureka. Okay, so so right here is that iconic scene, but what I want, let's see, I want to get a still frame, and I want a good still frame, so I'm gonna spike the quality so that I know that my clip is gonna work. And let's go to the backup. Let's go to play phrase, and let's get just call it Gutsman's ass. How can I chat on TV? I don't know. FaceTime? Only thing I can think of. Alright, so I'm going to separate this. I'm going to work with the audio a little bit later. And let's see. Let's just save again. I'm a manic saver. I have to make sure that everything is right. Now let's see if I can find the B for Mega Man. Unless... And I know this is skipping, but I'm not concerned with the skipping. I'm just looking for sound, or listening for sound. A certain beat.
Missed me.
Jeez, were they that bad? Alright, let's continue. See if we can find they.
Okay, whoever is in the duck suit, show your ugly puss.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
In the duck suit.
What the hell was that line?
Okay, whoever is in the duck suit, show your ugly puss.
Okay, this is exploitable as all hell. This is exploitable as all hell. Oh my god. Let's put it in the front.
I'm hard man, and you.
Oh my god, it gets even worse. Oh my god. What is this episode? I can't believe... oh my god. Kajeta-kun, I know that he was trying to make a video on the Gutsman's ass, but everything after that is so ripe with potential. What the hell is...
I'm hard man.
Oh my god. I think the worst part of this is that I don't need to do all that much here. I really don't. The jokes make themselves. Did anybody... I'm trying to rack my brain now. I'm going to feel really guilty because I'm trying to rack my brain and think, has anyone ever made these jokes? Has anyone ever looked at this episode and had these had these lines appear, and someone else has to have made these jokes already. There's no way. Oh my god. As I said earlier in the chat, Oh my god, you have a clip that doesn't need to be edited exactly. Oh my god. I have to know what happens next. I have to know what happens next. Like, there are going to be so many buts in this video, but the biggest thing is probably going to be... Oh my god. It's even going to be...
And you're gonna have a hard time
Oh my god.
beating me.
Beaten... Oh my god. Did they not proofread this shit when they wrote it? Did someone not read this and think, hey guys, this might be a little too adult, hint hint wink wink stuff? Oh my god. And the worst part is someone voice acted this. This is going to be exploited.
We'll see about that, bolt brain.
Okay, I see a potential for the word bullshit.
That bolt brain. See about that bolt.
She says bolt, but it's the T is not enunciated enough. And oh my god, I need to use more of this episode in general. Let's see.
Brain.
Told you.
Toast.
Told you. Told you.
There are just too many things happening all at once. Oh my god. I hope you're dying laughing. I hope you're dying laughing. Just don't die too much. Alright, let's just make some room here because...
Gutsman!
Alright. What I'm gonna do is grab the hard man.
And you're gonna have a hard time beating me.
This is just... No, okay. I don't want to give away too much too soon, but there are a lot of times in YouTube poops where you have these voice lines. They're clearly over the top. They're just so ridiculous in delivery and what they say. And this happened as well with the Beyblade stream when I showed you what we were working on, and all of those voice lines at the beginning with the kid, those voice lines are being exploited to hell and back in that YouTube poop as well. I can't wait for you to see it. But this is a whole other level. This is something else. This is magical. I almost feel unworthy of it. Hang on, let's just get the clip extended so we have more room.
Okay. You want to play hardball? Fine with me.
First off, where was this in the game? Seriously, where was this in the original Mega Man games?
Didn't feel a thing.
Strike 3. You're out.
Didn't anybody ever teach you not?
Okay, here we go. Yes, 90s humor, voice clips.
Not to litter. It's liftoff time, Megapod.
Whoa, hold up. What the? Did I just...
It's liftoff time, Megapod. Megapod. Megapod.
This is... Oh my god. Someone else has to have noticed this. There's no way. This cannot be untapped. This has to be tapped to hell and back. There's no way people have missed this for years.
Time, Megapod.
like you're hearing this, right? You're hearing this. Please tell me that I'm not alone in this and I'm not delusional. Oh my God. Why, oh why, oh why? Oh my God. Okay. The butts might not even be the biggest thing about this video. Okay. Oh, that's SpongeBob. I don't want that yet. Okay, let's see. The mega fuck line. The mega fuck. Oh, man. I'm actually kind of surprised because there have been, like, this source was a, like, this was often used by Deeper Cut in his videos. This source was. Not this episode, though. I think the reason he didn't touch this episode is because he wanted to do something that was unrelated to the Gutsman's ass jokes. And to be fair, they were, like, those Gutsman's ass jokes were another example of a joke that was so overused that it's lost the reason why it was funny. But if only people had ignored that and just focused on everything else around it. I'm starting to think that Kageto-kun missed the rest of that episode as well. That's the only explanation.
And don't forget to fasten your safety belt.
Okay.
Looks like this is gonna be a short ride.
Probably goes to a commercial. Yep. He got out. Alright. I think I'm gonna put a pause on using that video for now. Like, I need to go with this with a fresh mind. I need to find more. Alright. So what we want to do is obviously Buttsman. Let's go to that portion again. No, I'm just going to explore these clips real quick.
Gutsman! Gutsman!
Okay.
Gutsman!
Let's see. I need to extend this just a smidge.
Gutsman!
There we go. So we have the perfect lead-in with a B sound, and even though it's a cartoon, we don't need to worry about it. You know, we don't need to worry too much about the B coming from the cartoon. Let's see. I know that there's probably going to be some opportunities to make shit during that episode. I don't want to watch the entire episode just yet. Alright, so this is the... Actually, let me just hear these.
Aren't they cute?
Okay. You know, I think... oh man, there was that mention of Scooby-Doo. What it actually resembles to me, that voice for... the voice for Rush. There's an episode of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog where Coconuts finds that baby gorilla, and the voice for the baby gorilla reminds me more of Rush than Scooby-Doo reminds me of Rush. As in, it's almost like this dumb, like that dumb doofy voice. I feel like all of those dumb doofy voices, like all of the characters that were dumb and doofy, probably all had that same voice actor.
What's with Rush?
Okay. See if we can make toast. Or actually, let's cut off here.
I'm hot, man.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some masking on the... let's let's see, where is Robotnik's butt? I put it closer to the start. No, I put it at the start. And we're just going to do some masking here. 40 minutes left on stream, and we've only now we have just now gotten to the masking. Okay. So, let me adjust myself. So what we're probably going to be doing here is a moving mask. Now this obviously has some bleed in it. You can see the bleed right here, where the two frames, because we're using a source that's got all sorts of FPS differences. Like some sources are 30, some are 24. This source might just be a 30 frames per second because it's bleeding this much. That's okay. I'm just going to ignore the bleeding. It won't make a difference, or at least all that much of a difference, once the finished result is here. What is going to be the hard part of all this is keeping the mask on top of the butt. Oh, wait. Ooh. Just remembered that. Oh, it's doing that thing again. Hang on. There you go. I actually just remembered that there is another butt source. Let's see. Finding Nemo, he touched the butt. Or rather, the butt scenes in general. Let's see. Actually, I'll just use that whole boat scene, but I'm not going to show it on stream because I feel like, Disney's going to be a lot more stingy with the boat. Okay, let's see. Nemo touches the boat. He touched the butt. I'm looking for the entire scene. Let's see. Don't touch the boat. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I wonder, because there is a line similar to he touched the butt. Yeah, that's it. I'm just going to play this. Let's see. Just going to play to make sure that the sound quality is right before I download it. The last thing I want is to get somebody's screen capture or the microphone or phone camera capturing it. Yep, that's good to me. That's good to me. Whew. We can find all sorts of butt scenes. Alright, let's get that butt. And I think butt is going to be, yeah. So let's get, because this is not going to have he touched the butt. He touched the butt, finding Nemo. Here we go. Let's just check first. This sounds like it was uploaded. Yeah, it was uploaded too long ago. Quality is a little off, but that's all right. Let's see. This one's interesting because it's got a watermark. I don't think it's going to be that problematic. I can just zoom in. Well, this one actually captures the entire scene, but it's very pixelated. All right. And let's see the butt. He touched the butt. Let's play this one real quick. I don't want subtitles. Well, actually, subtitles might work. Reminds me of those Doug DeMero YouTube poops by CS188 where he tallies up how many times he says "but" at the end. No audio splicing to make him say it. He just fits it in and some out of context quotes and jokes. Yeah, first off, Doug DeMero, this is a fantastic source. Darn it. Fantastic source for CS188. And I've seen a lot of Doug DeMero videos without them being YouTube pooped, and he's a fantastic speaker, but he's got that way of speaking that's almost ripe for editing. Especially since in a lot of his car reviews, he is sometimes a very overly analytical, but it works. Like, he loves vehicles, he loves cars that much.
Oh my gosh!
Actually, you know what? Doug DeMero might be a really good source considering. Alright, so there's the Finding Nemo, but there we go. I think that's all we'll need right there. Now let's return to this, let this reload, and resume the mask. So we're just going to get as much of this butt as we can. I want to keep it nice and rounded, nice and round butt. Because the butt is funnier if it's round. And there's no bench blocking it. Here we go. So let's see. Make a few adjustments here and there on this one frame. And then we're going to go through each of the frames, adjust the mask so that we have something that's moving along with the source. This is something that, it's funny. Sometimes masking is one of the hardest parts of YouTube poop. For some people, some people don't like it because of how long it takes, but at this point, I'm impartial to it. I used to hate it, but mostly that was just because I didn't like how long it took. Now this butt right here. Oh, actually, yeah. So this butt right here, we're going to just move the anchor points inwards as we go along. Because what this scene, what Robotnik does in this scene is he almost does this dance. I have no idea why his butt is meant to be portrayed in this way. I mean, I know he's fat, but like in the games he's fat too, but this fat, it's a whole other level. Alright, let's stretch out the anchors so it gets all of the butt. And right up here, let's get this anchor all the way up there. There's a graduation cap on it as well. It's not going to affect anything. And let's just see if we can speed things along here. Get the, yeah. Outside rim of this butt. There. Trying to think of other butt sources that would work here as well. Just clips where they say butt. Or just make a mention of it in passing. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's it. And we're going to get the outer rim of this butt again. And again, this is just masking for you. This is just going frame by frame, and it will be animated. Like if I were to take a look at this preview frame here. Yep. Once it's a little more solidified, we can go in and make the necessary edits. But you get a whole bunch of different jokes that you can do just from this masking effect alone. Okay. Let's do this. Get there. All right. There we go. And I'm going off on old memory, so it could be wrong, but I recall there being some design documents for the show that declared Robotnik the world's sexiest fat man. What? Okay, hold the phone. Now I have to search this. When all else fails, Google. Sexiest fat man. Does he... Oh my god. Oh wait, no. Robotnik as the perfect image of self-love. But this is a... Hold on. This is a Sonic Facts Twitter. Sonic Facts. Alright, let's see what we get. Sonic Hedgehog describes the show's version as animation's sexiest fat man. Yeah, you're right. My gosh. Like the original Robotnik, Dr. Robotnik, was based off of former U.S. President Teddy Roosevelt. Like the mustache, especially. Please make the stream longer so I could watch it tomorrow. So I'm probably going to keep to the times that I've been keeping the streams, just at that 3-hour block. Because at the end of 3 hours, I maybe you can hear it in my voice a little bit, but I do get exhausted. And that's just, it comes with the territory. When you stream, you're using a lot of, you're speaking a lot, for starters. And very often, if you're not used to doing something behind a computer for long hours, then that can get exhausting. It gets exhausting on the eyes. When you're doing a creative medium like this, that can also affect some things. More specifically, your tiredness can make you a little less creative, and sometimes not even all the energy drinks in the world can replace a good night's sleep. So where I am, it is closing in on 10 o'clock, for example. And even though 10 seems like a rather shallow hour to sleep, if you get a good night's sleep, then you will love it. And there was a Sonic Says episode where not getting enough sleep can ruin your whole day. Well, you definitely need to hear that. Jessica Miller, Riley Freeman. Was he the... Let's see. Riley Freeman. Is that a butt thing? Let's see. I just realized how... Oh, man. Don't know who Riley Freeman is off the top, but probably need a little bit more context before I pursue any more searches. All right, let's see. Let's get this butt finished.
Almost there. There we go. Okay. Let's get the outer rim of that butt a little more round. There we go. Yeah, this whole butt dance, what I'm going to try and have it do is protrude from the spot that Rush ate off of Gutsman. So, get those areas covered. Because the thing is that it's going to look a lot better once it's cut out like this, but it also gives us some more opportunities to use this clip in some other parts of the poop. I mean, for starters, it's a gigantic butt. What's not to love? It's Robotnik. It's almost impossible to explore YouTube poop without finding Dr. Robotnik. Alright, let's get the final half of this butt captured. And making this like so here. And all of these little anchor points where that here, if you look here, you can see the way that just me tugging on this affects the trajectory of the mask. That'll help to make it a little rounder. Well, it's more of a visual reference rather than the audio, but there's DK from the CGI cart. Oh God, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the big butt that he was sitting on the log. He's got that pose, the finger pointing out. He has Josuke Miller. He has a short clip with him saying "booty dance." Okay, let's look it up. Well, first off, let's see. DK cartoon butt. Donkey Kong cartoon butt. It's got it. There it is. There it is. All right. Now. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that it was a spank meme. Alright, let's grab this image, get the best quality version of it. Alright, there we go. Put this into the butt folder. And now let's look for what you just said, Josuke. He has a short clip of him saying "booty dance." Riley Freeman booty dance. Now, okay. Actually, I wonder, like there it is, but I wonder if Play Phrase also gets it from the Boondocks booty dance. Is there? No. Alright. It can't pull from the Boondocks, but that shouldn't be a problem. I've got this right here.
Booty dance, booty dance.
Yep. I like the way he says that, actually. I haven't seen a lot of the Boondocks, by the way, so this might be something that I add. Maybe audio only, or no? I'll see if what else I can incorporate. All right, so booty dance is now in the list. All right, let me just fix this. Could also grab some audio from Conker's Bad Fur Day. The Pooh Boss finishes his orchestral song. Mocking Disney sings with my Well, now I have to find that. Great Mighty Pooh, my butt. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I mean, if we're talking about Boondocks, there's an entire Booty Warriors segment. Let's see. Great Mighty Pooh boss fight. Here we go. Just what? Used a Stupid Sexy Flanders clip. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, the Stupid Sexy Flanders.
Uh-oh.
I'm actually going to skip. Let's see. So I haven't seen this boss fight in full before. I've only heard that song in the beginning.
What you've done! I'm blushing! I'm blushing! Oh, what a world! What a world! Who'd have thought a good little squirrel like you could destroy my beautiful flagginess? Oh, I'm going!
Now that's what I call a bowel movement.
That's weird. Does he say it at a different point? No. Alright, so Stupid Sexy Flanders, definitely. Yeah, this should be good. Let's see. I just want a good rip of it, though. 1.2 million. That's got to be a good rip.
Juice up your party.
Juice up my party, really? Using what?
The whip.
Here we go. Yeah, we'll definitely use Stupid Sexy Flanders. There we go. Alright. I'll have to find out what the Great Mighty Pooh thing is. Alright, well, we got 15 minutes left in the stream. Let's see if I can round it out. I want to get this butt finished. This last thing. And then let's add those scenes. So once that's done, actually, you know what? I think for the sake of it, I will put it in right here. I'll just adjust this one anchor real quick. This is an anchor that I need to fix. Not select all. just select the initialize tangents. Yeah. There we go. That's better. That's better. All right. So for now, we'll let it be. And I think that there might be something better we can do with the final 15 minutes. I can always pick up where I left off at a different time. Let's see. Let's see. We downloaded the booty dance, the Finding Nemo butt stuff. Oh, wait. Oh, the butt stuff clip from Community. That's another good one. So first, let me add Stupid Sexy Flanders. And the Donkey Kong clip with, let's see. Yeah. The booty dance, as it's called. Let's add those to the timeline. And then let's grab one more that I just thought of. By the way, if you have not seen Community, fantastically funny show. Okay. Oh, the butts. Yeah, there's more butt references as well.
So, who wants to be in a psych experiment?
Hey, guys. Annie is talking about some kind of experiment.
There we go. There's going to be a really funny scene that I add to this as well. There we go. Let's get the highest definition, which should be interesting. Troy Barnes loves butt stuff. I'll play the clip that came to mind. Okay. Troy Barnes loves butt stuff. There we go. No worries if the chat is a little dead. It's all right. Here we go. Let's see. I need to find that clip. Yeah. No, I am going to be adding that Booty Warrior skit. Don't you worry. Okay. Let's see if I can find that clip. Like, there's no way that this... Oh my god, it doesn't have that clip. It should be... That's odd. Who puts together a compilation of the butt stuff lines, but doesn't follow it up with the iconic Troy Barnes line? Oh, Captain, my Captain, what's going on, Galstrom? What is going down? Man, we have a YouTube poop being made, brand new, all about butts. Let's see. I think this will be a good clip.
No, Eddie! What is going on in there? Why? What is taking so long? I wasted all day here for you. The Soul Train Awards were tonight. You promised bust.
Oh, he says that line more than once, though. Oh, man. There's got to be a fuller Let's see. I guess I'll have to look a little more deeply. Community, Troy, butt stuff. There's gotta be a longer version of this clip. Oh. Let's see. Oh, actually, night school?
I really tried. I even did the butt stuff.
Well, it's another. Oh, jeez. Man, there's so much butt stuff. Okay. Alright, let's see. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we'll worry about that later. For now, we have a lot of butt stuff. We have a ton of butt stuff. Let's see what we have in those final minutes or so. Let's just get the Stupid Sexy Flanders edit. Oh, God.
Maximum mobility. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Quit it! Must wash eyes!
Nothing at all.
Quit it! Must wash eyes!
Uh-oh. Okay, don't panic. Remember what the instructor said.
If you ever get into trouble, all you need to do is...
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Alright, so we got Stupid Sexy Flanders edited out. Actually, I think that's also a good candidate to have come out of the Gutsman's costume. Yeah. This is going to be one wild YouTube poop. I can't believe what we're doing. And let's get... Alright. Let's get that booty clip. Alright. I'm probably going to just grab the audio for this one, because looking at the way that this, looking at this clip, it just looks like it's meant to be just dancing, but I think that the audio alone will work.
Booty dance, booty dance, booty dance,
Plus, it sounds like it's just a loop of an existing line. All right. Oh, I know there's one VS intro in Injustice 2, Black Canary versus Brainiac, and she says something like, "I'll kick your ass," and he says, "What is it with you humans and scatology?" Oh my God. Let's see. Injustice 2, Black Canary versus Brainiac. Yes, those openings that they always play. Let's see. Alright. I think that Brainiac line is going to be a good one.
Brainiac. Fighters approaching the Joker's playground.
Okay. Let's see if this is the one.
Your canary cry intrigues.
Want to hear it? Come closer.
It will not prevent your collection.
Begin.
Nope. It's not this one. Let's see. Line. Let's see. Let me write that down. Black Canary versus Brainiac. And it's a scatology line. So I know where to look. All right, and let's see. I'm sure it's there, but it might make a good way to end the video. Having that line right there.
Christian Dior, my butt.
Let's just get this my butt part isolated.
My butt.
I'll give you butt.
I think this is going to be pretty good. Every character matchup has a ton of multiple different intros. What I said is look up one of the many. Okay, so I guess I will have to look up. Yeah. Let me write that down. Well, actually, I'll just underline this for now. Thanks for the streams again. Yeah, of course, Josuke. Absolutely. Happy to be streaming. All right. In fact, I think one thing I'll do is I'll see if I can get the stupid sexy Flanders. See if I can make use of that right off the bat. Let's go to the butt. There we go. And let's make this happen with a... Let's make this happen with a flourish. Nice. Whew. And all I need to do is edit the butt into this hole. And for that, I'm going to have to really count on the zooming in quality to be nice enough. Here goes. And I'm going to match the output aspect. Let's see. That's better. Nothing at all. All right. Actually, it's almost kind of perfect. Oh, is this zooming in right? Yeah, there we go. Isolate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mask, but I'm going to put the mask on a little bit differently. Okay. Actually, better yet, I'm just going to use the still images because we need to use the still images if we're going to be using this. So let's do that. So I need 2 of them. I'm going to migrate one to the track above. Keep this one on the bottom. And then cut out this piece right here. And this will be a faster one because I don't have to edit. I don't have to edit like frames like with animation. No, but rather I'm going to just do one frame, this frame, and that'll be that. We'll put the butt in, and then perfect. Nice. And whew. Almost there. Nice. And let's mask that so that when I put the butt, when I sandwich it in between, I'm going to have to do a flip effect. There we go. Oh, I have to reverse it. Whoops. let's do a negative mask. Perfecto. In fact, I could probably have the butt sticking out a little bit more, and I'll work on that. This seems familiar. Yes. I'm back to streaming, so let me just make a... I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be satisfied with just this for the night. I think I have to make a few more tiny little pieces. Let me do this as well. I'm going to go to the... because you still have some shades of that cut. I'm just going to add a feather out. That way. Nice. That's better. Maybe a second one. Perfect. Then I'll readjust the butt. Let's see. It's got to be present. Very evident. Very present. Okay. Here we go. Let's get it in. And almost there. Perfect. Get those cheeks to make their appearance. Alright. A compilation of various behinds. Exactly correct. This is going to be all about the butts. Well, to quote that... to make a quote about that character from Phoenix Wright, if something smells, it's usually the butts. So it's 10 o'clock my time, and I think that's where we're going to put things to bed. We've gathered a ton of clips for what we're preparing. So here's the game plan. I've still got to finish the Jonathan Lonathan poop, which it will be finished, and I'm going to make that a point over the weekend and over the course of the next week. And when we return next week, we'll be picking up some more on this video. We're going to try and use some more of those clips that we've gathered, implement them, try to connect them with jokes, make some interesting jokes using butts, and then seeing where it all ends up. And a lot of this is just going to be on the fly as well, because this is going to be a multi-source video. So studying one source, like with the Jonathan Lonathan poop, it's going to be really tricky. But if you have a lot of expertise, if you have a lot of familiarity with the videos, like I do, then, well, most of the videos, then this should be a no problemo. So, yeah, I think that's where we'll keep things for the night. And I really hope that you saw what playphrase.me could do. If you're feeling like you need a good inspiration for a YouTube poop, then playphrase.me is going to have a splendid amount of it. TYP Potential Meme Gutsman needs to make sure he doesn't run out of toilet paper. Let me write that down. Oh, since we just watched the boss battle in Conker's Bad Fur Day, maybe Conker can throw some toilet paper. Toilet paper. Yes. Always write stuff down. I checked all of the Brainiac quotes. Not her. Might be another character he says it against. Okay, well, I guess that saves me the time. But I do think, like, maybe it is Brainiac that says it. Yeah, Brainiac compilation. Alright, so that's where we're going to end things for tonight. Or today, wherever you are in the world. But guys, thank you so much for hopping on the stream with me. Hope you had fun. I hope, like I said, that playphrase.me has changed your life.